Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley, and today I'm here with
Mason French.
Mason. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
You are our first Helias athlete.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, for everybody that doesn't know Helias, kind of describe what Helias is like.
Helias is very peaceful. I went through public school up until my freshman year, and there's lots of, I guess you could say, distractions. And at Helias, it's not really that. You don't got the fights, you don't got the people arguing. All the teachers are very respectful, and they actually care about you succeeding. So it's a very nice and very hospitable place to be.
Did you decide to go to Helias, or is that kind of something that your parents kind of pushed you to Helias?
Okay, so yeah, I went to Capital City my freshman year, and I saw the environment, and I kind of realized, this really isn't where I want to be. So it was probably midway through the summer. I told my parents I wanted to go to Helias, and they were like, I think that's a good move because Helias has a good reputation and stuff like that. So we transferred there, and it's been great since.
That's nice. I like that. So, of course, we do the hot seat.
All right.
So let's get into that now.
All right.
I did describe this before. 60 seconds.
Yep.
You got 10 questions. All right. So I'm going to count from 3, and then we'll start after I say
I'm
1.
ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Favorite TV show?
That 70s show.
Okay. Least favorite food?
Probably mushrooms.
Favorite music artist?
Ooh, I'd probably have to go Future.
I like that. Bucket list item?
Probably hike a mountain.
Favorite cereal?
Fruit Loops with marshmallows.
Hobby?
Football.
Okay. What's your birthday?
May 22nd.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song. Geez, that's a hard one. I'd probably have to say Solo by Future.
Okay. Least favorite sport?
Least favorite sport is probably soccer.
How about your favorite color?
My favorite color is red.
37 seconds. You're the fastest one.
There we go.
I think that kind of goes along with your job as well. You're a running back.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I got to be fast. Got to think fast.
All right, so let's get into it.
All right.
I want to ask you, what sports have you done? I know you've done track and, of course, football. That's what you're going on. Have you done anything else?
I've also done basketball, but I stopped that after my junior year to kind of focus on football.
Was there anything else other than, focusing on your other 2 sports that kind of led you away from basketball?
I mean, I had done so much of it. Like, I always worked out for basketball since I was, 5th grade. I was getting private trainers and stuff. And I think I kind of just wore myself out. Like, I was in love with basketball. I wanted to play college basketball. And I kind of realized, maybe I don't like this as much anymore. So I kind of just, rode out the season, and I realized, I think football is where it's at.
Right. I didn't even start liking basketball until 6th grade.
Yeah.
And by that point, it was way too late. And I tried out for the team, and I was I was missing layups and stuff.
Yeah. No, if you don't start early, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
It's all right,
but basketball is a fun sport.
No, it's fun. I love watching it. I still love playing it, even with my little siblings. I still have so much fun playing, and I think I have more fun because I stopped playing. It kind of makes me enjoy it more when I do get the chance to play it.
I feel like recreational is probably a lot more fun because there's a lot less pressure. It's very obvious.
Those rec games are fun.
Other than when you go to the link and then you got guys getting real aggressive, that's kind of got to stay away from that a little bit.
They were making super teams this year. They had some kids dunking, and I was like, I ain't seen this in rec basketball before. I was like, okay.
So your secondary sport is track. Of course, you've got the track hoodie on right now.
Oh, yeah, repping.
So have you done track all 4 years?
No, I started track my sophomore year, and I actually stepped away because I told myself, I was like, no, I need to use this time for basketball. But I came back, and I really fell in love with track. I'd probably say it's right up there next to football now.
What was the reason that you started track?
I remember in 8th grade, I pole vaulted, and that's when COVID happened. So after that, I never really got back into it. My freshman year, I was like, well, I didn't really, get into it, so why even try this year? It's kind of too late. And I came back my sophomore year, and I was like, I had so much fun pole vaulting in, 8th grade. Why not try it again? So now I'm here.
So my next question is, what events do you run? So you did say pole vault. Do you do any like running events?
Yeah, I run mainly the 100. That's about it. You know, if it's longer than a football field, I don't really do it.
Right. I do like the 100 for football players. I think that's amazing because you all do a lot of stamina training with football.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it's more physical. But when you get to track, you're tuning yourself a
Yeah.
lot, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
working on your top end speed and like your explosiveness. So I think track is definitely like even for the big boys, like
Oh, no,
getting in on like throwing and then doing
Oh,
like
yeah.
throwers relays.
No, it's still good. Like I still like, even though I don't run as much as I pole vault, I usually just mainly pole vault. I still try to work out with the sprinters and stuff, or at least try to get my own sprint workout in. Tune up my speed and make sure I'm keeping the top end speed and stuff like that. And pole vault still helps a lot because you got to be explosive and you have to be fast running down a runway. It's all the mechanics that work in it, also playing the football, so it really helps.
I agree. I did baseball when I was like really little. I did football freshman year and quit it. That was the only year I ever played. And then I did track 8th grade year and I loved it. But for some reason after football, I didn't like football enough to where it like burnt me out of sports.
Yeah.
Like so freshman year, I was like, I'm gonna focus on grades. So then I didn't do track freshman year.
Yeah.
That may be the biggest mistake that I've made
Yeah.
other than like slacking in classes. I think quitting track, I kind of regret that because I loved it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you can still get into running on your own time and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I agree. So we are, I wouldn't say mid-season, we're kind of coming to the end now.
Yeah,
So you've got districts in a few days.
I got districts next Saturday, I believe. I have our last chance meet tomorrow at JC.
So when I get this uploaded, it'll probably be Thursday. So
Yep.
once we get this uploaded, it'll be in 2 days that you have it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so you're coming up on districts. So I want to ask you, how is your season going?
My season's going good. I jumped probably 12-6 up until about mid-season, and then I got back around my PR, which is 13-1, and so now I'm just trying to get higher. We got less time we have more time in between the meets and stuff like that, so it's a lot more time to just jump on my own, get my technique down. Like last year I had a week and a half before districts, and I went to districts and PR to foot and won, so I'm hoping for the same thing again.
Have you broken any school records in anything?
Oh no, I don't believe so.
That is a tough feat.
Yeah.
You do have a big school. I just like to ask that just in case, because I don't want to leave that out if somebody's broken a record.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, some of our records are pretty crazy, especially the football ones. I had our coach, Chris Hinches, he was an insane running back, so he has all the records, and he was pretty crazy, so they're kind of untouchable. I think they're going to stay up there for a while.
Right. So I know we're not to state track yet,
Yep.
so I'm not going to sit here and jinx you. So if, of course, I do expect you to, but if you do get the opportunity to go to state, what kind of goals do you have for that?
I want it all. I want to win it all. I'm hoping to jump over 14, hopefully over 14 and a half. But the main thing is just to go out there and win. And if not win, place and score points for my team. Make sure, they get a boost from something that I did.
So let's move to the football field now.
All right.
All right. I want to ask you, how has it been playing football for Elias?
It's been amazing. First off, I came there that summer, and my first practice, I was so nervous. I was like, everybody hears, Elias, they had just won state. That was a year after they won state. I went there in 2021. They won 2020 season, and I was terrified. And I got there to practice, and it was just instant family. Everybody's talking to me, and even when I announced on Instagram that I was transferring, just for all my friends and stuff, and to find new friends at Elias and stuff. As soon as I announced that, all those football guys were hitting me up, hanging out with them all summer. So I got to first camp practice, and it was like, I already know all these guys. And I think, over my time there, we've just all grown as a family so much. And I think that's why Elias, is pretty good at sports. It's always such a family aspect. Everybody's playing for each other.
Right. I think Elias, it used to be a lot. academic, and then you all got a sniff of winning, and now
Yeah.
it's all about
Yeah.
sports at Elias.
Definitely.
So this one may be a tough question to ask or
Alright.
and answer. What has been your favorite teammate at Elias?
My favorite teammate.
If you don't want to leave anybody else, give me a few.
We're talking about football, right?
Yeah.
Dang, that's a hard one. I'm gonna give you a
favorite
top
teammates.
3.
Okay.
You got Sam Wyrick, Sam Lopez. Those guys, they've always just been, such a good support system. Like before and after every game, it's good luck or you did amazing. Those guys have always given me words of affirmation. Even when I played bad, they were, next time you got it. And for 3, I'd probably have to go Brody Boycourt because he's one of my best friends and he's always provided the fun factor at practice, somebody that I can joke with in the huddle and stuff like that. And all those guys, it's all family. I love them all.
Right. Shout out Sam, and Brody.
Yep. Shout out Sam, and Brody.
Sam Lopez does follow me, so I don't know if he watches any of the videos,
I
but
bet he did. I was talking to him about it.
I do know who Sam is. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's up and coming. He's gonna be good.
Shout out to him.
Yeah. Shout out Sam.
I want to ask you, did you get any early playing time? So freshman and sophomore year.
Okay. So my freshman year at CC, I was a quarterback, and in a span of like a week and a half, all of our quarterbacks went down except one, and I dressed out for one varsity game. I didn't do that good on JV. I had like maybe 4 touchdowns, but I dressed out for one varsity game. I transferred to Elias, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have to not let you play varsity for a year because I dressed out for that varsity game," and it was kind of just a sucky situation because I wanted that early playing time and I believed that I was going to get it. So I didn't really have early playing time. I had to miss my whole sophomore year. I just played JV and came junior year, and that's when varsity playing time started.
So what was your first varsity experience like?
Okay. We went through the first like 4 games and I didn't touch the field. I did kickoff, which was, it's, you can't really count it as your first varsity experience. I wanted the snap. I wanted the ball in my hands. So we got to Hickman, and it was maybe third quarter. First varsity snap, I got in there, and we had ran a stretch outside run to the right. I cut it back and scored a touchdown, first varsity carry. So that was probably the most exciting moment in my life. Like, nothing can explain the feelings that I felt in that moment. It was amazing.
That's a good story. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about your junior year. How was that season for you, your first varsity year?
It was very, very humbling. I think it kind of helped me for sure. I was behind Corbin Fisher and Brady Rush, 2 really good running backs. Corbin Fisher's up at Truman State playing DB now, so I was behind some athletes, and we had 2 other senior running backs who I was fighting for playing time with. So it was really humbling to be, kind of down low on the depth chart. But I think it pushed me to say, this is what I really want. I'm gonna go get it.
Right.
Yeah.
So how about your senior year? This is year 4.
Yep.
Final opportunity in high school. How do you think this year went for you?
I think it was amazing. Like, everybody has the huge dreams of going Division I. Everybody should try to reach that. But I came out of this year with a D3 offer and about 4 other NAIA offers, and I'm completely satisfied. I think this is where I'm supposed to go. So this year was amazing. I got after being humbled, I got to, get out there and show what I could do and show everybody that I had been working since I saw that I wasn't playing that much junior year.
Right, there is definitely satisfaction with, reaching goals. Even though it's not D1, you still have that opportunity to move on and play.
Exactly.
And it's very important to continue to do what you love.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I love football more than anything, so.
So another thing that you did want me to ask you, I didn't know this, but you were a captain senior year.
I was, yep.
How was that?
It was amazing because Really, like I said, I got humbled junior year and I worked hard, but there's such a difference between when you're a captain and when you're not. Up to the captain, I felt like, I was good at football, but I was still questioning what's my role on this team. And then I got named captain, and it kind of just hit me. I was like, I gotta get these other guys to get where I'm at, and I gotta push them. I gotta make sure they have a system or even just a support system that helps them become somebody better. So becoming that captain and gaining that leadership role, it really boosted my mental, like, over anything.
Right. So I did forget to ask you to bring stats. So we will pause for a second if you have any stats, but if you do know them on
I
hand.
think I got them off the top of the head.
Okay.
I'd probably say around lower than 1,100 rushing yards, but over 1,000. And then I had about 90 receiving, so almost 1,100, or probably 1,100, all-purpose in total. So I wouldn't say it's that bad.
I'd have to agree with that. Do you know around how many touchdowns you had possibly?
I believe I had 16
Is it just this year or career?
just this year. Career, I think it was like 31, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's,
no, it
that's
was
very
nice.
good. How about credentials? Do you have any all district, all state, or all conference?
I was second team all district and second team all conference.
Okay, so let's go to college now.
Yep.
I want to ask you, what was your recruiting process like?
It wasn't the busiest, but it also wasn't too dry. I felt I was getting hit up on a regular basis, and I was getting hit up by like UCM and stuff. So that kept my hopes high because a school like as good as them, at least looking into me, I know I can go somewhere. And then I got my first offer end of junior year, and then senior year. I was during the summer I was going to camps and stuff, but I really wasn't getting the like in camp offers or post camp offers.
Right.
But I started playing, and that's when they really started rolling in. And I think it just shows that you gotta kind of show to earn what you want.
Film don't lie.
Yeah, film doesn't lie.
I want to ask you, what offers did you have?
So I had Carroll down in Wisconsin. I had Central Methodist in Fayette, William Woods in Fulton, Mid-America, Nazarene, of course, down in Olathe. And then I had Culver Stockton.
All right.
Yep.
So I want to ask you, why Mid-America Nazarene?
I really chose Mid-America because I missed their camp date, and I went up there for a visit, and I kind of got to see. It was kind of a random visit. He was like, this is a date you can come up on if you want to, and I was like, okay. So I went up there. Oh, I also had Benedictine as an offer.
Okay.
Yeah. But I went up there, and it just reminded me of Elias. It was all these guys were together in a room, just talking and being with each other. They're always together. You never see one person on their football team, walk into the cafeteria alone or anything like that. It's such a family aspect, and I think that really just drew me in.
I think that is kind of a trend a little bit when guys go to college. It's like almost like when they walk in, they're like, this kind of reminds me of my high school,
Yeah,
or
oh yeah.
something along the lines. Or you get to some guys that are like, this is the exact opposite of my
Yeah.
high school, and I love that.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's
All right.
very peaceful, so
Yeah.
I think it's just like Elias, and I like it.
Yeah. Are you looking for early playing time once you get to MNU?
I am. I'm hoping for it. I'm working for it. I'm going to be working all summer for it. I got my old quarterback, Drew Miller, up there. So I'm hoping to get in the backfield with him this year. Hopefully we can tear some stuff up.
Right. So other than early playing time, do you have any goals while you're up there?
One of my goals is definitely to grow in my faith because they are very, faith-centered, and that's always been, ever since I came to Elias, that's been something I've been focusing on. It's just how can I get closer with God? And I think up there I'll definitely be able to do that. And besides that, I want to be remembered, for sure.
We're wrapping up here a little bit. I do want to ask you, other than you did mention Drew Miller, is there any guy up there that you're really looking forward to playing with?
Republic that beat us in the quarterfinals this year. They have a wide receiver who is very good, Daniel Phillips. And I think me and him together is going to be a pretty lethal duo, along with Carter DeVore from Rockbridge. Him blocking for me, it's going to be trouble for sure, because he's a beast.
Carter was one of our very first episodes, actually. I believe he was episode 6.
Shout out to Carter, man.
Yeah, shout out Carter. If I'm forgetting your episode, I'm sorry, but
Shout out Carter.
Carter's a great guy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I like Carter a lot. I talk to him every once in a while still.
Oh, yeah.
That is something that I like to do. I try to keep in touch with the guys I have on the show.
Yeah, no, that's great. I like that.
So our last question that we have for the day, this is probably one of the most important ones. I want to ask you, what is your major while you're going up there, and what are you looking to do with your life?
Okay. I'm majoring in pre-med with a focus in human biology. I'm hoping to finish up school at Mid-American Nazarene and move on to UMKC, where hopefully I'll become an anesthesiologist, work somewhere in Kansas. I think we definitely need a lot more, as much medical help as we can get. So, and I also feel like, that's my vocation. I feel like I've been called to help people. I've always found joy in helping people. So even if it's something as small as giving them their anesthesia and making sure, they don't feel anything during surgery, I think that's me helping a lot.
That's a big time job.
Yeah.
That's very important, and that's honestly one of the highest paying jobs in America as
Yep.
well, because it's so important.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I really like where you're going.
I'm going for the big bucks.
Yes, you are. Well, thank you for coming on,
No,
Mason.
thank you for having me. I definitely appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. I love having people on and getting to know new people.
Oh,
so
yeah. It was a great time. I appreciate it for sure.
thank you very much. This has been Missouri Sports Talk. We'll see you next time.